Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, cause it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, here we are back from vacation. All refreshed and ready to go. You guys had a good week off?
Yeah, it was.
I did. I enjoyed myself.
Sometimes you got to do nothing to get something, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. No, I think it's good. You got to kind of like scale it back.
Yes. You got to quiet your mind and get unbusy so you can kind of just take stock and just look at everything in your life. I know when we slow down and take any kind of break, I always do that.
Yeah.
Just look at everything in my life, what I like, what I don't like, what I want to change.
Gives you time to think. Everybody needs that. That's just it. They talk about our brains and how stimulated they are nonstop now, that's, really a big part of the issues with burnout, stress, anxiety that more and more people are dealing with is because your mind is always engaged. I'd read an article and it was so good saying that, hey, our mind is a machine and you exert all this stress and strain, you burn through energy, so you've got to replenish it. And you may think that sitting down and vegging out in front of a screen is doing it, but they found through brain scans that that is not working. If you're reading a book, if you're vegging out in front of the TV or whatever, your mind is still activated and still working. And so you need to actually take it down another notch to fully be able to replenish.
We got so many distractions going on. You need to quiet your mind.
Yes.
So what do they say do? Like take a nap or meditate?
Meditate.
Well, there are different things like that you can do. But nature is one of the easiest things that you can do going out there. What they call in the study from cognitive scientists, they call it directed attention. And they say distractions, multitasking, loud noises, bustling urban environments, poor sleep, and all these things add to this attention fatigue that people have. And so you're looking for things that will not direct attention. They say things you got to watch out for. Technology, pretty much anything on a screen, books, social interactions, loud noises, and the multitasking, like I mentioned, it's still focusing your brain too much, and you're still burning battery on it. You're not replenishing. And they say getting out in nature is good, but it's called soft fascination, where you're not really exerting, it's basically light focus.
They also say, too, go out in nature and just explore and try your best to live in the now. The human brain likes to jump to the future, likes to jump back into the past. When you're doing those things out in nature, really try to concentrate in staying in the present moment. Mm-hmm. Staying in the present moment, very hard to do as a human, but if you're able to do that, that's where you do achieve a little bit of inner peace, especially out in nature.
Well, a lot of this ties into what I've been talking about, how people are really looking more into the 4-day work week.
Yes.
And how much more productive people are when they do that, because you have a little bit of a span. For me, I find out like maybe I run great for 45 minutes doing a focused task, but then you got to back off and you got to let your mind chill. And then it's better to do that in spurts, because you'll be more focused, your work will be better, and you'll get more done.
And also, I think, too, knowing yourself, knowing your own personality, your own moods. If I haven't slept in 2 days and I'm a little cranky, I know there's a few things that I got to do and a few things that I should not be doing.
Be constantly aware of your energy levels. And if you have low energy, don't try to do a challenging task. It doesn't match it. When you have great energy and you feel like, man, I feel amazing, go after your hardest stuff right now. It's when you got your best focus to do it. I know pretty much at the end of the day, the last hour, I might only be able to put on a show and just kind of veg because I'm tapped. I'm done.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the old time philosophers back in the day, the people that were very successful, they kind of had their own little theory about attacking or winning the morning. They believe that you really can beat the day and get so much out of it if you wake up at a certain time, get all the shit you need to get done. So then later on, you can be a little bit more peaceful. You can do the things you want to do.
And when you're tired, you're not trying to do the harder tasks.
Yes, but winning the morning is I've noticed just by reading some of these old time philosopher people, they all stress that winning the morning over.
It is. The morning routines is a big thing now. If you're going to veg out in bed, do it at the end of the day, not at the start of the day when you've got great energy. Get right up, make your bed, do all these kind of things that make you productive, get your brain into alignment, and then you'll realize that you're a lot more productive and your day will go a lot better.
And I think win the morning is different for everybody. It's whatever you're going to feel that. So, you know, when you're a little clanked or you're anxious because you haven't got this done or whatever, I think whatever it is that gets you at your state of peace is what that win the morning means. You know, your morning will be different than mine, but if you know yourself, you know what you got to do.
Yeah. So having a week of vacation is good for us to be able to just kind of step back, gets our mind all set, and then you go back at it.
Think about nature too. I don't know if it ever happens with y'all. If I go deep into nature, not even like a 2-minute thing, I'm saying you go out there to explore a bit, I can feel, without any drugs in my system, a drug-like euphoric feeling at certain moments with that, depending on the time of day and what I'm looking at. Do you guys ever experience that?
Yes, and it's one of these subtle blessings from the pandemic that happened. The more people were forced to go out in nature and do a little bit more of this soft focus, and they started realizing that, okay, wow, I feel better. I don't feel as clanked. My anxiety is down a little bit. For some people, when they did that, I know there's a lot of other things causing stress, but they did start to realize that. More people seem to have that realization. And national parks are getting record numbers because people, even still, now that they've even started opening up, because people have a new realization for the importance of nature.
Yeah, man.
They appreciate it more.
Totally.
Why you got to take care of it. So it really is true that you've got to give yourself a time to step back, and you got to fully recharge to be your ultimate best.
I just think as a species, we worry about a lot of shit that it never happens, or I think imagination sometimes is worse than reality when it comes to all that kind of crap.
Absolutely.
I kind of want to strangle my 16-year-old daughter today because she had a sleepover last night. And in the last hour, like right at 3 a.m., because I wake up at 4.
Okay.
Right at 3 a.m., she and these loud-ass teenage girls woke up me, Panda, and Rocco. And I'm like, ugh.
If you wake up the whole house, you're
woke up
fucked.
the whole house. It was bad. But that last hour was so crucial for me to get my right proper sleep.
Yeah.
That's another thing they say. All those old-timey philosophers, they really stress about getting good sleep.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah, there is so much into it. It really is. Sleep, and if you set yourself up the night before for success, your next day goes so much better.
And I've heard you talk about it too. A lot of times people should say their blessings before they go to bed.
Yeah, that's true.
If you practice that every night, I think you're not going to, not you, but people in general, I think you won't be as edgy.
They say instead of like counting sheep to fall asleep, count your gratitude blessings.
Could you imagine?
Just go through the whole list of everything you're grateful for, all the people, all the things, all the opportunities, and that will just put your mind at a peaceful gratitude state.
Could you imagine if everybody did that, though? If everyone woke up and meditated on that or went to bed, oh, this is what I'm thankful for, or this is what I'm expressing gratitude for that. I would love to see what the world looked like.
World peace, man.
But if everyone did do that, does it change? Does it move the needle?
I think it should, and I think it would. And honestly, a lot of these things, these realizations that I'm spitting out right now are relatively new to me in terms of my life, and it's something that I wish I would have had the realization on a lot sooner.
Yes.
Because I would have had better balance, and I've had years with too much anxiety and stress that I just carried thinking that this is just life, and it doesn't have to be just life.
That's what vacation did for me, was just looking back on things I know I could have handled better as a person, just even on a spiritual realm.
I used to be what was called a grinder in my mind, just keep on going. And I saw a great quote from Neil deGrasse Tyson that said, to be more creative, you have to be less productive. And there is really, truly something to that you got to recognize that basically your attention and your mind, it is a finite resource. And it is going to run out as you use it. Just as an overworked muscle grows weak, overworking your attention span will wear it out.
And if you don't think, you don't become your thoughts. I mean, what you dwell on and what you think is really what you become.
You're right. And you were talking about how on the end of the regular show, you're like, make sure that you're out there complimenting people. Make sure you're out there complimenting yourself.
Oh,
because the things that you tell yourself in your head, if you're telling yourself you're fat, you're stupid, you're not going anywhere, those are the things that you continue to manifest.
The only person you're ever with yourself 24 hours for your whole life is you.
Right. So tell yourself how awesome you are to become more awesome.
And if you don't like yourself, that's going to be rough.
You better figure it out.
Yeah, they've done studies. Self-talk is really huge.
It works.
Mm-hmm. And they said that you've got to be kind, understanding, even to yourself. And they had said in an odd way that if you talk to yourself in the second person to encourage yourself, you actually produce better than saying, I need to do this. You'd be like going, come on, Kev, you can do this, buddy. It's a weird, they say that simple little trick in the studies that they have done, people were so much more productive and more successful when they talk to themselves in the second person rather than the first.
I get it.
It absolutely works. I do it to myself. If I get in a low mood or the spirit is down, those kind of pep talks to yourself, pep talks in general, people don't realize. I know not everyone's built to, I need a pep talk, but a pep talk can really change the entire game for somebody.
Yeah, it does.
Rocco used to come in the room and ask me who I was talking to. Now, because so many times he's come in the room and I'm in there talking to myself, he just pokes his head in and goes, you're talking to yourself again, aren't you, Mom? I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay. Like, now he gets it.
Yeah, no, if you guys had a camera and you saw what I do at my place, alone, talking to myself, naked.
Yes. So it's good to be back. Nice little vacation. Hopefully everybody had a great week.
Yeah, we're all positive today. Talk to us on Friday when the fucking
beat down
grind
again.
gets us again. These motherfuckers.
Beat down.
Yeah, it's all great the first day back from vacation.
Yeah. What would you say was your greatest moment, Virginia, during the break? Is there anything that just really stood out as a headline?
Yeah, I think I probably thought the most fun I had was taking Rocco to Legoland for his birthday.
Okay.
He really enjoyed it, and it's just fun to see his little face light up.
Okay.
You know, we haven't done a lot of amusement park type places.
He's getting in that age now where he can at 6.
Right, right. So I think we might even take him to Disney in the near future, too.
No doubt. He'll love it. It's fun when you take kids that age and see how excited they get.
Yes.
Bird, your headline?
Without a doubt, I had a great 4th of July with my dad, my sister, and my niece and her boyfriend. A lot of really great family time. And, you know, my dad's back down from Texas for a while, and he gives me good perspective when I'm out of balance with things. And I got to talk with him about a lot of stuff, and he made me feel great about certain things that I was having a troubled mind with, and playing music with him.
Oh,
I
that's
love
cool,
playing.
yeah.
Me and him made a deal a while ago when he was living in Texas that we both play music and upload it online so we could see each other. And now that he's down here, we're going to play music and upload it. And it's really more for me and him and
That's
our
great.
relationship. So if he passes on or if I pass on before him, we have that online. We can see that. One of the greatest blessings of being on this show is having all that audio of Ann and all my family, my mom. I have all of that stuff, and that's amazing. Not everyone has that, and I recommend everyone take videos, take audio. You'll be very happy that you did
When they're clothed.
when they're clothed and alive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say probably a cool thing for me, thing I love most, I like going around to local bars and restaurants, and definitely had a lot of time to do that. So took advantage of it. In fact, I think one thing we're going to do, we found that people really react well on the KVJ Blast every week when we do something that's food-oriented.
Okay.
It does well, man.
Yeah, the food stuff really works, so I think we're probably going to have something on the E-Blast. But it's going to be great that if you live in South Florida, there's going to be a lot of great deals for bars and restaurants. I know we have people that are even outside of South Florida. This is a vacation area, and you may come down and be like, hey, I keep hearing KVJ in South Florida. I want to go check it out. If you get that E-Blast, you're going to have a ton of everything from food trucks to breweries to everything else that we talk about all the time. And I was thinking this week, I was inspired because we hung around. I don't hang that often on Palm Beach. It's one, typically kind of expensive. Two, not really my flair, but we wound up there over the weekend because we went to the Breakers, and I've got a cousin that lives in Parkland, and he loves, going over to Palm Beach.
Taco party cousin.
Yeah, we know
Taco Bar.
all about Taco Bar cousin.
Yeah, so Taco Bar was there with us on Palm Beach.
Awesome. I bet you any money, if KVJ Nation met him out there, are you the guy at the Taco Bar? Because we've talked about that so much.
They're renovating their kitchen. That was the thing I asked. I said, you're going to have great room for a taco bar. He said, actually, yes, we have just a taco bar coming into the renovation.
Does your cousin know how much that meant to me?
They talk about it all the time.
That's
yeah.
great.
That was what he mentioned. Yeah.
It put him on the map.
It
He
did.
should talk about it.
Yeah, but the one thing that he kind of pointed out was we did a happy hour. It's a place called Meat Market on Palm Beach. If you've never
Yes.
been there, I'd seen from their things. Michael Jordan had gone there a couple of weeks ago. And so it's a nice little place. They had unbelievably realistic prices there. They had the Veuve Clicquot, which is only $10 for that. And I guess that was a great deal. And I do know the beer was only $3 and $3.50.
Yeah, they
That's
do a
not
good
bad.
happy hour.
Yeah.
They really do. Meat Market does a great happy hour. If you're afraid of Palm Beach prices,
Right.
look into Meat Market's happy hour.
We discovered that because there were a couple places, and the Mexican Queen and I, we were talking about that after we walked away, saying, I wish somebody would have kind of given us a guide to Palm Beach because we walked away. We found two places that were amazing deals with good ambiance, good prices that are not anything crazier than what you would see on the mainland. And then there were two other places we went where everything was overpriced and it wasn't as good as the other two that were cheaper.
Wow, okay.
So with just a little bit of guidance, you really can make better choices and you'll walk away a lot more satisfied.
Which ones did you like? So you like Meat Market, and what's the other spot?
I'm going to drop that later on this week.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to send you the newsletter, Virginia.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
E-Blast, I
teasing.
should say.
Teasing
Yeah.
us.
So I will get to that. But there are other places that have really amazing deals. The one that really surprised me is Morton's Steakhouse, which I know they got one in West Palm Beach. It's close to the island. They have amazing like appetizer deals for like $5. You can get stuff. I know Ruth's Chris. We used to go to the bar there. They would have like steak sandwiches for $5. Like stuff you would pay $15 or $20 for. So this week, we're going to try to find great happy hour things. You'd be going, people need to know about this. Okeechobee
Sure.
Steakhouse
Man, it's
has
fun.
that too on Okeechobee. Where same thing. If you go for the happy hour things, you can get appetizers. My father-in-law, we went. He got this big old like entree looking thing for $5.
What?
Yeah, so it's things like that I want to point out where, especially it's what's odd. Some of the fancier restaurants that I don't go to because I'm like, I know the sticker price on something, because we went and got the happy hour thing and then I jumped over where the other people and I looked at the entree prices at Okeechobee Steakhouse. I was like, holy crap. It was expensive.
Wow.
And I didn't even go for an entree. I got an ice water.
That's crazy that Okeechobee Steakhouse is still running. That's where my mom had their first date. I know I've told you guys that before.
Yeah.
That was back in the 75.
They're doing well. They're expanding too. They got a couple other little places. They got a seafood place kind of like right out back. So I want to kind of open your mind because even if you've lived here like we have for 20 plus years, there's still so many little in and outs that are good and bad.
Place where you can go local and find your own juicy daddy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
How quick did your mom lock down that juicy daddy after that first date at Okeechobee Steakhouse?
Are you asking like when she banged him?
No, like locked
Oh.
it down. Like when they decided to like stay together forever.
I don't know. Probably, I would say, because I just asked him this, I would say probably about like 10 months in.
Okay.
Within a year.
All right.
She had 2 kids. He was, I think, 22. She was 26.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Oh, yeah. An older woman.
Okay.
She got that juicy daddy locked down.
Oh, he had that mustache. I was going to get inappropriate. And Bird, you're talking about your fucking parents. Reel it in. See what she does? She gets me all. She starts talking about juicy daddy on
I
the
like the details. I want to know everybody's backstory.
No, I do like the details are always great. Yeah, for sure.
Well, somebody that needs to do a call them out for themselves says, so my girlfriend called in last week to wish me a happy birthday and to say that she could not wait to spend the weekend with me. Russell Joseph, a.k.a. Joey, hoping maybe you guys could do a public apology to Miss Laura Damashkin for my absurd drunken outbreak and one of the most embarrassing things I've done. I am deeply sorry.
What did you do?
Yeah, that
sounds like he got drunk on his birthday and got overly drunk, which happened.
But I want to know what he did. Like, was he mean to her, or was he just acting a fool? Because there's a difference. You can be embarrassing and just be an embarrassing mess, or then you could be a prick and be a mean,
jerk,
a mean drunk.
Yeah,
mean drunk that's not fun. Being I fell in the pool and oh my gosh, I pissed in my face.
Right.
I pissed in my own face.
I thought it was a toilet. That's forgivable.
Mm-hmm. That you should put definitely in a video. If your man starts pissing in his own face because he's drunk, video it.
But if it's angry
I've done
drunk,
that sober.
Angry drunk's the word. You feel like an asshole when you are angry drunk.
Yeah.
Got Cesar from Green Acres saying, hey, I was listening to the playback at the 8:20 mark on Thursday. So where are we on the bird pulling his Jeep with nipple clamps? Apparently his nipples are impervious.
Oh, I did. I'm glad they're keeping us on track here because I brought my nipples. I can bring my Jeep tomorrow, too.
Your nipples can pull your Jeep?
Well, I think we should at least try it. I don't think we're going to get much movement, but what if we do?
I don't want to see you rip a nip.
Yeah, these things are very, very secure.
They're tough.
You can't. Yeah, I got them tough titties. They used to call me Tough Titty Pennington.
Well, I would think that you could probably, back away, right? I mean, if you feel like a nipple is coming loose.
Depends on what kind of...
I don't know. This guy?
Yeah.
That's true.
He don't know what back away means.
It depends on if the camera's running. If the camera's running, I will try my best to rip a nipple.
It'll be on Facebook Live. 12 people will be watching, and your nipple will come off.
And then they'll start doing good. The video, it'll start getting a little bit of traction. Then Facebook will go, oh, no, there's blood, and there's nipples, and let's fuck this video up for them.
You'll lose a nipple for nothing.
Which I'm okay with. You know what? It'll be in the audience's heart, and that's all. That's the only algorithm I give a fuck about. The audience's heart.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. We've got here a world record that maybe you might want to chase. I think we'd already done this though. Cody had said the fastest time to drink a Capri Sun. Did we do that?
We did do that one.
Yeah, I thought we did.
Yes.
If anyone sees anything you think that might be good for me or the show, let us know. I think we have a few lined up for. We have. I think we got one for Wednesday already, unless there's something better that comes along down.
Okay. Yeah, we've done a lot of them.
Yeah, we're starting to run out of them.
Well, there's it seems like a lot of people are jumping on and doing them. So there's
a lot
some new dumb ones that have come out.
There's a lot of them, but there's a lot of them that there's props and there's a lot of shit that goes with it.
Yeah, or it just is something that it doesn't break down well
on the radio.
Yeah, like I just saw, there were two guys that broke the seesaw world record in Concord, California. They rode a teeter-totter for 216 consecutive hours.
I honestly feel like I could do that if I had the right partner. But here's the thing: I think your partner has to inspire the other partner. If not, it's totally fucked.
216 consecutive hours?
Yeah, they say the two men took rare breaks one at a time at the portable toilet near the stage. They never stopped moving, not even for sleep.
Whoa.
Which they take turns doing for just a few hours at a time. It ran for 10 days. So I assume like one of them's trying to sleep and the other one's still kind of going up and down.
Yeah. You got balls, boys.
Huh.
I would imagine your balls would be kind of...
Well, yeah, my balls already hurt after just 15 mins on a seesaw. Those things are not nard friendly, Virginia.
No, this is definitely not your challenge.
You're right.
You got too much balls to play this game.
I remember when old Gibby Darlington, he's not dead, he's still around, my alter ego. Me and Denny just found that challenge. I rode a mechanical bull, I think for 24 hours.
Oh my.
And my balls were so sore. Your parents were there for that.
Yeah. I remember my dad was there at least.
So proud.
It was an event, but I don't think anybody came, but I was just fucking riding my
Nobody came, just Kevin's parents?
That was it.
Well,
So weird.
it was
What does it all mean?
What did it all mean? It was about 6 months before we went to Miami, or a couple months before we went to Miami. Because I remember I was not smoking any weed because Cox Media drug test, and I found our agent called me after I just smoked a fucking blunt with my boy. I'll leave his name out of there. Kevin calls me. Yeah, just let you know there's a drug test to get into Cox Media, and your test is in a week.
Right.
Kev, I just smoked a blunt. Literally, I put the phone down. I picked up the phone and put the blunt down. Like, well, how the fuck is that going to work?
Not well.
Luckily for us, the drug test didn't come for 39 days. It was 41 days. I didn't smoke weed for 41 days. I just drank water because I remember our agent said, oh, you got to burn fat to get the weed out of it. She didn't know what the fuck she was talking about. I'm doing all these crazy things. Passed the test, though.
Yeah, you did.
Kind of wish you would have failed it.
What would have happened if I would have failed it? I think the boss told me.
They would have had you retake
Yeah,
it.
he told me it wasn't a big deal.
Right. After you got all stressed out about it and they didn't tell us exactly how things went.
Can't imagine why I got stressed out about it.
Yeah. Well, they set us up to be all stressed out about it, but yet they give you 38 days notice.
And then
so it's not that big of a deal.
Well, then you realize everybody in the building not only smokes weed, but I think they're growing it.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah.
Everything
odd
about that was weird.
For radio?
Yeah, it's still odd that people are, still pushing back on the weed. It really is just odd.
It is odd. Well, only the reason why it's odd is because alcohol is so celebrated, and me doing both, I've smoked weed, I've drank alcohol. In my opinion, alcohol is so much worse. I'm not saying that as a place of judgment. I've done the research.
Right.
Yeah.
The worst thing I've ever done smoking weed is ordering way too much pizza.
Yeah.
But alcohol, fuck, laundry list of problems.
I was texting with a friend yesterday, and he was commenting on stuff, and it kind of came out, and he's like, yeah, I do the medical marijuana, and he said, I've never slept better, feel great. It's a big part of him. In fact, we were talking about what we started our conversation with. It was about burnout, stress, anxiety, things like that, and living well. And he says he started with 5 milligrams. He does like the edible or chewable or something like that. It's indica.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In the couch, they call it. In the couch.
In the couch. Okay. And
that's the kind I like. It kind of relaxes you a little bit more.
Yeah.
The sativa is probably what you would like.
Okay.
Because it gives you energy. I'm a person that's got too much going on.
Yeah.
I need something to bring me down. You are kind of calm and collected, I feel like. So a sativa might do well for you.
But I do want something to shave off a little bit of the tension and anxiety.
Hybrid.
So I'm gonna do my research and try to start looking into it. Figure out how much it costs and what
You might
get
do
and
well
all
with a
that.
blend of sativa and an indica together. They do that as well.
Yeah. Don't want to be blasted out of my mind. I just want to take a little bit of the edge off, and so I can still keep going about my day.
Well, luckily, you don't have to go very far. We got the Merlin of weed in the
I
next
know.
room, so let that wizard whip you up something.
I'm gonna have them
You got
put together.
You got a couple wizards around here.
I know.
You got a fleet.
I'm the real
Yeah.
buddies.
You got a wizard, a professor,
Yeah.
and one of them has a PhD.
I've been dabbling with the thoughts, but after the text conversation last night, I ended up saying, "Okay, I'm gonna look into this."
Well,
Wow.
you legit could
Yeah.
go legally because I know you're all a man of the law. You could go get your card, and there's no way you're not going to get it. So
Yeah.
just get. Even if you don't want to smoke, you would still have the chance to if you want to. It's there. You have your card.
Well, I use the vodka and tequila for that now, and it'd be nice to just be like, "Hey, look, I don't want to drink. I would rather just have this, take off the edge, and then keep going. I would drink a lot less, and I'm wondering what the price differential is.
I think you'll find that you're going to save money on weed.
Really? Okay.
Well, yeah, because
that's what I was curious.
You're not a wake and baker. You're not a midnight toker. You're somebody that's going to use it sparingly.
Yeah.
I know. There's a bunch of people I know like you in my life where that you give them a little bit of weed, it lasts them for 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Which,
yeah. So I'm gonna price it out. Maybe start dabbling on that. See if I can get the card and all that kind of stuff.
It's not bad.
Okay.
As far as price, and like Virginia said, we'll take care of you.
Okay.
You can lay out a buffet. What you want?
Just get your car, as I know that's a big deal for you. Because you don't want to smoke weed and get anxiety that the cops are getting. Oh, fuck, where the cops
Well,
at?
I just, for me, I don't want to do anything that is going to be out of line, that I got something else to worry about, and that's just it. If anything happened,
Well, I mean, this isn't
it's gonna be
heroin
a story.
here.
Well, it was the same thing even with the when I do the testosterone. I wanted to go to somebody who was licensed. And I made sure, I'm like, okay, this is legal, right?
Doing it the right way.
I'm doing this the right way. Like, I'm not going to have the feds come bust my house. I'm going to be a story and all that. Like, no, this is perfectly legal. This is fine. You can do this. So
the good thing, too,
I'd be the same way with the weed. Be like, okay, I want to make sure whatever I'm doing here is completely and totally legal.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a headline on the Sun Sentinel.
Absolutely. The weed, just smoke a little weed and you will definitely be less of a pussy. Absolutely. Don't
Okay.
worrying about all that shit.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
you'll be good.
I won't worry about the laws, what you're saying? Is that what's going
Fuck
on? 'Cause
it.
that could be a problem.
You start breaking all kind of
Maybe
laws.
I need to stay away from weed then.
I'm just teasing. What
Yeah.
I'm saying is get your card, you'll be fine.
Okay. Let me see. An email from David saying, do you remember the game you used to play with Rocco and Magnolia? What the heck are they saying? You should start using the mic drop feature and have listeners record their kids
Oh, I love
saying
it.
something, followed by the parent saying the correct phrase. You guys could play along. I think it'd be very entertaining.
That's a cute idea.
I got the idea from talking with my niece. We'd love to do that.
You
Do
should
it.
absolutely do that.
Bring it. Mm-hmm. Y'all got to send it, though.
That's adorable.
Yeah, I would love for people to be more interactive with the show. And you
know.
can do that by just sending us the mic drops, and we'd love to use more of your audio.
Everyone's so fucking lippy in the chat room. Take it from text and bring it to speech. We want to hear that ass.
Mm-hmm. Got Lil Debbie and husband Nick from Boynton Beach said, hey, KVJ, my husband and I were at my mother-in-law's for a birthday party, and we're listening to steel drum music, and a version of Sound of Silence came on, and it made us laugh because it just sounded a little inappropriate to have the Sound of Silence done to steel drums. So we started thinking about what other songs would sound inappropriate with steel drums, like Candle in the Wind, Tears in Heaven, Who Wants to Live Forever by Queen.
Yeah, I saw some cat do a cover of Tears in Heaven in a bar. I'm like, dude, you can't give us some Layla in a bar? Tears in Heaven?
What are you doing?
It's so... I love that song. I love it.
Yeah.
But,
It's depressing as fuck.
right.
Yep. That's
I mean, at a
fun.
bar, give us the Joker. Give us something upbeat.
Yeah, if we could find steel drum versions of those, that'd be fun to play. Another idea, Ellie or Eli, I think it's Eli, maybe sent this in. Maybe Ellie, E-L-L-I. That'd be Ellie, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Ellie.
So I was listening to the ATS podcast. Jaybird was talking about ideas for food-themed parties. One of the most memorable parties I did was a bring-your-own nacho topping party. I turned a chocolate fountain into a nacho cheese fountain. We all dressed up as characters from the movie Nacho Libre. We ate nachos, and we watched the movie. Theme parties are awesome when people get into it. If you're watching KVJ TV, there's a photo of them from the party.
I'm going to let you know, and I hope you know I'm being very sincere, you are the right kind of people that the earth needs. People that
That's
are just
fun.
having fun, being goofy. That's what we want. I
Yeah.
love it.
I love a theme party.
I'm really into these food theme parties now.
I think I saw one on TikTok that I want to try to do. Everybody's invited to the party, but everybody has to come dressed as a different holiday. And then you bring an accompanying cocktail that matches that holiday.
I just like all things goofy, so I'm in.
All things goofy, huh?
Yeah, unless it involves
Yeah.
murder.
I don't know if that's goofy, though. Is
Yeah.
murder goofy?
You can't. I mean, you could be the goofy murderer, and your whole shtick is you tell jokes while you kill, and then you're like, "Oh, I'm the goofy murderer." But yeah, you're right. Typically,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up, Jason.
I got an email, or actually Kathleen had sent this in. This was sent through the app. Like I said, you can use the app to get hold of us in many different ways. So I just heard Kevin mention he loves getting shrimp sausage boils with spices. What restaurant does he get this from? Thank you. Love the show. Yeah, there's a ton of places not far within a 5-mile vicinity of my house. Red Crab Juicy Seafood is probably the one that we, just for whatever reason, have gone to the most. That is pretty much on the southwest corner of Okeechobee and Military, where the Buffalo Wild Wings is. It's in that plaza a little bit south of that. The old Island Jacks is now called the King Crab Shack. I haven't been there yet.
Okay.
But that is one. There is also one, I think like the Juicy Crab, that is at Community and not Community. It's at Palm Beach Lakes. It's right there by the Jehovah Witness place.
Oh,
right
yeah.
where the Home Depot is.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's in that plaza. They have one. So, I mean,
So
they're
the Juicy Crab? Is that what you call it?
I think that may be the name of it. And then there's Rockin' Crab, which I had gone to, and that is in the Publix shopping plaza that is there on Village Boulevard. Village Commons is the name of the shopping plaza. And so that was fine as well. Really good ambiance with that. Probably the best ambiance.
Do you go to the Angry Crab? Is that too much?
I don't know. It depends.
Krusty Krab.
Might be fun.
Would you go to a bar called the Horny Crab? I would.
I would.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, if it was fun. I mean, you look around, you can tell right away. I go by sight, not by name.
You can tell if they're going to be legit crabs, little pubic lice in the bar.
Yeah, if I look around, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to leave with crabs and not in a to-go bag.
You always hear that story. I swear I got crabs from the toilet seat. Bitch, you know you were fucking somebody else. Toilet seat.
Yeah, so that's just a few suggestions if you're in the West Palm area, but you can find them pretty much everywhere, at least in my area. I don't know if that's going on everywhere in South Florida, but
Google it, yeah, because there's tons of places.
So back in the day, my dad caught a crab from Singer Island, and he cooked it, but he realized it was pregnant with a sponge. I think it had babies. Is that a delicacy if you're a crab lover, or is that just flat out fucking gross?
I don't know. I don't know about pregnant crabs enough to comment on it, but it sounds kind of gross.
It does sound. Doesn't that sound gross?
I know, like pregnant fish make them little fish eggs, and I love eating those.
But that's what I'm saying. So that's a delicacy in the fish world. Baby crab is not unborn crab, I guess.
No, I gotta Google. That's a great question. Is there crab roe?
It just stuck with me as a kid because he was cooking it and there was like a sponge attached to it. It was pretty fucked, Kev.
Okay, I'll believe you on that.
Crab roe.
I'm glad I got you thinking.
You do. You got me thinking over here.
So there you go. Thank you very much for all the interactions and all the stuff that you got for us here on the KVJ Show. Again, use that app, download it, register, and you can win cool stuff too just by listening. And we got the After the Show podcast, regular show is there as well. And the emails, mail at kvjshow.com.
Dang, we're done?
We're done, man. Yeah, one day back. Look at that. Only 4 more left of the weekend.
Yeah.
That's right. Thanks, y'all, for being here. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.